very much for turning out. And this is important on 2 levels. One, it's educational. 50% of our city, by design, is open space. And this is not the exact ideal time to be looking at our open space. It's far more glorious in spring. But the point is, half of our town, by design, is open space. And so this is an educational walk to let you know kind of what's here and celebrate it. It's also an issue-anchored walk because we've got the Transportation Corridor Agency considering alignments to extend the 241 South Toll Road through our community. And I am 99% sure if you're here, you know about that issue. And you also know we have Senator Bates, Assemblyman Breaux, Rancho Mission Viejo. We have several folks standing with us to make sure that our community isn't divided by any new roads coming through the middle of it.
There is a combination of ideas 13 and 17 that run down, I'll just call it the Forester Ranch Vaquero corridor, which is off here to sort of our north. The idea 13 combination 17 would come down into San Clemente about in that area, either through that saddle or a little bit to the right, somewhere there. Again, it's not exact. And then according to their line, it would sort of stay on this side of the ridge, right above the homes that are up there on Portico del Sur, continuing to skirt below the top of the ridge line in the side of the hill around the other neighborhood, and continuing until you have that open space dive down through that canyon where that big cut is on the side of the hill. That drops you down to Los Mares, roughly a little bit to the west of where Calle Nuevo connects to Los Mares, and then the road, in theory, would go down the Shorecliffs Golf Course corridor across the homes there and connect somewhere to I-5 at Vaquero. So that's the 13-17 alignment. If you're thinking that's horrible, you're right. I think it's horrible too. To the other option, the 14, which comes right down the middle of San Clemente, if you look off basically really to your extreme right here, and you're familiar with the northern part of the Forester Ridgeline Trail, it comes down somewhere from that big new power pole tower down the ridge right here, either on the top or just on the La Pata side. Again, it's pretty approximate. And if you were to go up there, you know that there's a little a knoll with a kind of a shade structure, and you'll see the survey mark there. That's a pretty good approximation of where that number 14 alignment would go. Crossing Del Rio, about where we met this morning, and then heading through this open space here to the left of the top of this ridge.
It's not sage, it's pretending to be a sage. It's sage what? Sagebrush. Sagebrush, also nicknamed cowboy cologne or cowgirl perfume if you like. Raise your hand if you've ever seen deer here. All right, so we know that's a major food source for another threatened animal. What is it? Mountain lions. We've seen the negative impacts of the 241, the Foothill Transportation Corridor in more North Orange County in regards to mountain lions and deer and habitat loss, water quality issues, noise pollution, and I can only imagine that this would be an extension of that same pollution, those same negative impacts. And this area is just heavily used and appreciated by the local residents as well, and they're very concerned about this too. So I think it's important to realize that not just all these animals and plants rely on this important remaining open space, but the humans that live here need it for their solitude, for their recreation, for their meditation, for clean air, for quietude, all aesthetic reasons as well.
I think it's always important for anyone to be aware of what's around them. You know, there's a lot of natural things we don't take notice of in our lives. Even myself, growing up, a plant was a plant, and then you realize there's thousands of types, and they're all different. They all have different ways of reacting with each other and being in their own environments, and they're all fascinating.
The areas that I've seen that would be impacted by the proposed alignments of the toll road are of such high value. You have panoramic views, you have beautiful wildflowers even in the fall, you have sensitive species that you can't find in overdeveloped areas of the county, all to benefit the population here. And to me, from my perspective, we can't afford to lose that.